Salutations, all respected sadhakas, jignasus, mumukshus, bhaktas, shrotas, and the shishyas of all our wonderful Guru Parampara. Narayana. Om. Our efforts of the study of Upanishads, whatever we are able to understand, good, whatever we are not able to understand, it is revealing to us that how much we have to prepare our inner personality by changing our inner and outer attitudes, involvements, priorities, etc. So, to say how we have to become calm and quiet, concentrating, and very subtle, more than all, pure in our hearts. That heart or the antakarana is very stable, therefore very capable and able to grasp these truths that are indicated to us by these shastras. So good that sometimes we fail in life, from that we know where we are lagging behind or where we are going wrong or what right exactly we have to do, we come to know. These our efforts at this moment are for this purpose. Once we know that to study, understand Upanishads, live life like that, a different metal is required of our personality, then let us gather it consciously, preparing our mind intellects very pure, very subtler, very full of that activeness and awareness. With that, when we listen, the data is collected. We are still are not able to collect the data. The data is like the mercury that we try to catch, but it is not coming into our hands. Only after collecting the data that we experiment on it, the experiment of the vicharana or the contemplation, to come to the understanding that yes, this is what the Rishi or the Shruti Mata wants to convey, and this is absolutely correct. And therefore, I have to mold myself, change myself according to newly gained this knowledge or conviction. That is called as sadhana. So, good we are going through one by one, and to everyone it is like that. There is no comparison with others because we understood little, there is no ego or arrogance required. And if you have not understood, there is no need to feel regretted or guilty. Each one, depending on their own state of inner evolution of the antakarana, are able to grasp the adhyatmikata and involve in adhyatmika jivana. So, forgetting all around, stopping all comparisons, look within, find where do we stand in our own abilities, debilities regarding our own adhyatmika sadhana and pragati, what we have to do for ourselves, for us to become more and more qualified. And this, even when we sometimes find no clarity, absolute vagueness, at least we have understood that there is some vagueness, that also good understanding. So then again, rethink. So where are the vaguenesses? Everywhere. Bring clarity at every place. So the clarity regarding being regular in Guru Upasana, being regular in Ishvara Upasana with full Shraddha, that they are there receiving our Upasanas prayers, and they will empower us with the required, what do you say, the subtleties, opportunities, etc. With this faith, so there we are lagging behind. So let us become full in that. So this is one removal of the vagueness and getting the clarity. Then the other vagueness is what? Our being irregular or insincere, coming physically but attending at the mind level the class, doing that little homework that's required. So, in every of these things which are essential for sadhana, by thinking we remove the vagueness, become clear. In that clarity, these are the things I have to do for clear understanding of the Vedanta knowledge given by the Shastra. Then comes, these are the ways where I have to change myself, called as sadhana. Is it not? And the three tops of parts of sadhana we all know. One sadhana is outer one, by which our equipments are no more running into the world. Second are the inner sadhanas of, you know, japa adi, where our equipments are made single pointed and purified. The third one is taking the mantras of Upanishad with Bhashya, contemplating on them, which is the toughest one. But that alone gives the understanding, and that understanding is correct, therefore conviction. When the conviction comes, after that, what is to be given up, what is to be done, what is to be taken up. These are the only three things that remain. They will be very clearly understood. These are the things I have to give up, whether they are actions, attitudes, etc. These are the things I have to do. This is the thing I have to be, which is called taking up. Our identity as this one. So remain in that identity as much as possible. So all these things in course of time will come. Only thing is, let us not, for any reason, any moment, even 0% we understand, yet we will not leave our regularity, seriousness, sincerity. All this is noted by the divine, and definitely the grace blessings will come from there. So, whenever we are not able to understand, pray, the prayers work. Whenever we are able to understand, that time also pray with the gratitude. So keep always the Samashti Ishwariya Shakti in the form of Paramatma Ishtadeva or the Guru, and that comes to us as Anugraha to empower us through our upasana and prayers. ये याद रखकर खुद का भी प्रयत्न, भगवत गुरुओं का भी अनुग्रह लेते हुए in the spiritual path of very sublime thing. Where is it is first not less than understanding, second is even beyond understanding. Again, it's a pure understanding, deep understanding as to what is real, what is unreal, what is self, what not self. And to experience it, we have to go even beyond these intellectual understandings and concepts, which is very tough because of our equipments are not habituated to this, they are habituated to the easily happening outer perceptions, outer responses, outer reactions, outer satisfactions, outer contentments. तो इसमें धसा फंसा हुआ अंतःकरण को ये जो सूक्ष्म अति सूक्ष्म विषय में तुरंत आना सेटल होना मुश्किल ही होता है. बट लेट अस गो थ्रू with the full hope on our efforts on the Kripa of Guru Shastra and Paramatma. So let us do our study of Aitareya Upanishad from the Rigveda. So the Guru mantras followed by Parayanam, followed by our Shankara Bhashya Sameta Adhyanam. First mantra again we will see. If we can do it, we take time little bit for seeing our Sambandha Bhashya little bit. So the mantras, their meaning, Sambandha Bhashya. Though we have to finish Sambandha Bhashya first, then go for the mantra. But this being little heavy, it may not be able to be received by us. So मंत्र भी थोड़ा आगा बढ़ता रहेगा, भाष्य को हम समझ आएंगे. संबंध भाषा we are doing academically. Right now we may not need it. Yet academically means we have committed to study Upanishad with Bhashya. Because of that we have to do it. Then we go for our Yoga Darshanam, where the Drashta will be explained today. Then we will see our Mundaka Upanishad, how by the Pravachana Medha Bahushravanam is not the only means for Paramatma Prapti, but it is Paramatma Varanam, the topic we are going to study. In Gita, we are concluding, not today, maybe tomorrow, 11th chapter. In Bhagavad Mahapuranam, we are seeing that Bahulashva Shrutadeva. Yesterday we have seen Bahulashva Katha. Today we will see Brahmana Shrutadeva, how he receives Bhagavan Krishna and all Rishis Munish. That great topic we see in the evening, 6 o'clock. Then the Adhyatma Ramayanam, the Sanat Kumara explaining about Rama Tattva to Ravana. Everything is so beautiful. Today we will also see conclusion of Ganapati Sahasranamavali. Today is the Ganesha Immersion Day. Nimajjanam all over. Let us enjoy every one of them by putting efforts as much as we can and relaxing, requesting the Lord to empower us more and show our purity by asking for purity. Show our single pointedness for Adhyatmika sadhana by asking for, oh Lord, give me in my life only goal of Adhyatmika sadhana. Understand? In that way, slowly, slowly enter into this field completely, exclusively. Aram se. Maybe few more lives it may take, 3 or 4, doesn't matter. If we can't do intensely in this very life, giving up everything and trying exclusively only this thing, 24 घंटे. It is required. If we can't do, next life we will do. उसके बाद बट पक्का कर ले वे कि अदर देन परमात्मा प्राप्ति वी शुड नॉट हैव एनी अदर गोल. पक्का कर ले वे कि दैट इज ओनली थ्रू द गुरु परंपरा गिवन शास्त्र ज्ञान मनन चिंतन ध्यान इत्यादि. This is a direct, straight, very well walked path by so many millions of sadhakas who have become saints and sages and the Brahmanishta Mukta Purushas. Mahajano yenagataha sapantha. Number of great people have walked this way only. Let us also walk. There is no vagueness in this. Guru Parampara Yukta, Shravana Manana, Nidhyasana Yukta, Atma Jnana Prapti, Moksha Prapti, Marga. The vaguenesses are in our inability to understand. That's okay, we know it. We are qualifying ourselves slowly, slowly. अभी बहिर्मुखता छूटा ही नहीं. We have to become introverted. We have to stop our antakarana from going into the sleepiness of the Muda Bhumika. We have to lift it to the waking state. We have to make it single pointed. We have to make it purified. We have to make it सूक्ष्म. देखो इतने करने के हैं. ऐसा करने के बाद the study we do or the listening we do, as we study, listen, at that very time the knowledge enters and awakens us. Our problem is with the upadhis. We have to go beyond upadhis, but after rightly, thoroughly using the upadhis, first they have to be made usable. So we are doing all these things. The usability of the upadhi, using the upadhi, going beyond also. Let us start. Om. 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsharusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Bhishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Karuna Varunalaya Palayamam भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शन तत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां साधनानां योगानां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्पराद्वारेण पुनरुत्थान समस्त विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता सौभ्रातृत्व सामरस्य पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निष्ठितानां नित्य निरंतर बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन शक्ति साधना संपदा सानुकूल्यता प्राप्ति द्वारा दिग्विजयार्थम श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेय आरण्यकांतर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन प्रयत्नं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मां रक्ष रक्ष अस्मान् रक्ष रक्ष परिपालय परिपालय। आदौ पारायणम्। ओम फर्स्ट वन। ओम मनस्तापतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनकच्छटा शरच्चन्द्रनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ओम अथ ऐतरेय उपनिषद प्रथमोऽध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविरावीर्म एधि वेदस्य माणेस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांतिः शांतिः शांतिः। ओम आत्मा वा इदमेक एवाग्र आसीत् नान्यत् किंचन मिषत् स ईक्षत लोकान्नुसृजा इति स इमान् लोकान् असृजत अम्भो मरीचिर्वरम् आपः अधः अम्बः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठा अन्तरिक्षं मरीचयः पृथ्वीमरः या अधस्तात् ता आपः स ईक्षते मेनु लोकपालान्नु सुजा इति सः अद्भ्यः एव पुरुषं समुद्धृत्य अमूर्छयत् तम् अभ्यतपत् तस्याभितप्तस्य मुखं निरभिद्यत यथा अंडं मुखात् वाक् वाचो अग्निः नासिके निरभिद्येतां नासिकाभ्यां प्राणः प्राणात् वायुः अक्षिणी निरभिद्येताम् अक्षिभ्यां चक्षुः चक्षुष आदित्यः कर्णौ निरभिद्येतां कर्णाभ्यां श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रात् दिशः त्वं निरभिद्यत त्वचो लोमानि लोमभ्यः ओषधि वनस्पतयः हृदयं निरभिद्यत हृदयात् मनः मनसः चन्द्रमाः नाभिर्निरभिद्यत नाभ्या अपानः अपानात् मृत्युः शिष्णं निरभिद्यत शिष्णाद् रेतः रेतस आपः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Yesterday we started the first mantra adhyayana prayatnam. What is that? Om Atmava idam eka eva agre asito. So Atma, the whole sentence should be like this. Om Atma vai idam ekah eva agre asit. Na anyat kinchana mishatu. Third, sa ikshate lokannu sruja iti. So the first line, how it has to be understood, idam, whatever the idam we are seeing, agre, before it became as idam. Atma vai eva asit. It was Atma only. What is seen as idam now. Idam, anything which is seen by us as the drushya whole jagat. So therefore, idam rupena yad bhasyate tat sarvam, before that Atma eva. Okay. Na anyat kinchana mishat. At that time, na anyat. There was nothing other than the Atma. Na anyat. There was nothing other than the Atma. Kinchana, even little also. A wee bit also. Mishat, which has any its own independent functioning, etc. Mishat means mobile. Mobile, active or inactive. एक्टिव एंड इनएक्टिव के रूप में परमात्मा के अलावा और कुछ भी नहीं था. तब जब जगत उत्पन्न नहीं हुआ था, उस समय ये सब वो आत्मा के रूप में ही था. At that time, sa ikshata, he has done the ikshana. What is it? Lokannu srujai iti. Let me create the worlds. This is Upanishadic mantra. So with this mantra, with Adi Shankara's Bhashya thoroughly drilled or studied, we try to grasp maximum purport of that. Bhashya's purpose is to give us unambiguous, clear understanding of these Upanishadic mantras. On the basis of that understanding, we will be reaching nearer and nearer to the self or the truth only. That's the beauty of it. Now, the first word is Atma. So, Atma means what? Apnotehe, attehe, atatehe va is the meaning of the word Atma. So, the four words that are beautifully given to us, same these things, one more, which completely define the Atma. Given by the rishis only, but indicated in that Puranas. Yachapnoti yadadatte yachasti vishayaniha यश्चास्ति संततो भावः तद्यदात्मविदः विदुः. What is the meaning of Atma? Atma word, why it is used? For the Atma. For the Atma, why the Atma word is used? Because the Atma has got these four things in it, which are the meanings of the word Atma. Therefore, the word Atma is used for Atma. One is Yacha Apnoti, permeates everything, or reaches, let us say. Apnoti means reaches. Like Brahmavid apnoti param. Yet adatte, which consumes experiences. Or saraya, yachapnoti, yad adatte, which receives. Yacha atti, which consumes. Reaches, receives, consumes. Apnoti, adatte, atti. Vishayan iha. Everything which is Vishaya to it. Then the fourth one, yacha therefore asti santataha bhava. The things which it apnoti, adatte, atti, they come and go. But the self is Santataha Bhava. Today, in our Yoga Darshanam also, the difference between the Purusha and Buddhi will be shown this only. The Buddhi is Parinamini, then the Purusha is Aparinami. This is the difference. According to the Gunas, the Buddhi goes on going through the Parinama. But the Purusha is not going through any Parinama. Whatever the Buddhi Vritti it has got, it is continuously same, illuminating that Buddhi Vritti. This Samyak Darshanam. When we hold on to this Samyak Darshanam, live that Samyak Darshanam, LIVE, then that unnecessary Sanyoga between the Drashya and Drashta gets freed from. The Viyoga ho jayega, then the Purusha is liberated. Knowing what is Samyak Darshanam, LIVING, living that Samyak Darshanam is moksha. Same thing here we are discussing. What is Atma? So, yachapnoti yadadatte yachasti vishayaniha yachasti santato bhavaha tadyadatma vido viduhu. Clear? Now, here in this sloka also, if you want to analyze, there is one good thought discussion. What it is? Yacha apnoti. Apnoti means what? That which reaches to. Hmm. Like it is said in other Shastras that in the Sushupti Nidra Avastha, the self, okay, or the Jiva, withdrawn from everything of Triputis, Jnata Jnanam Gnayam, he is one with that Paramatma only, but doesn't know. And that's why so much of the bliss experienced. Therefore, Apnoti means who is as if as a Jiva experiencing the Nidra Avastha, the Sushupti Purusha, the Prajna Purusha. Means what? Who is playing the play of Prajna Purusha in the Nidra Avastha is Atma. Atma is not Prajna. Playing the play. Apnoti means he reaches to Paramatma only. In the Nidra. Who the Jiva? Who is the Jiva? Atma only playing the play. So too, yat adatte. The one who projects the world out of the inner vasanas, and that world projected is in the form of the sukshma vrittis, and he revels in them. In a self-projected world of different bhogas, he revels in. Self-projected. स्वप्ने सजीवः सुख दुःख भोक्ता समाया कल्पित जीवलोके, है ना? माया कल्पित जीवलोके स्वप्ने सजीव सुख दुःख भोक्ता. So he is experiencing the world projected by him. That is called as yat adatte. So therefore, the Paramatma only playing the play of the Jiva and as the Swapna Purusha, that is Taijasaha. He is not Taijasa. He is playing the play by involving in the world, projected out of his own delusion or vasanas, all of that. Yadadatte. Third one is Yacha Atti Vishayan. He is the one who very clearly, distinctly separate Vishayas from himself and the Indriyas. He is contacting them and experiencing the variety of Anubhuti. Where is it? In Jagrada Avastha. But he is not that Vishwa Purusha. Okay? He is the pure self. But then himself through this Jagrada Avastha, through the Upadhi, playing the play of experiencing those sthula Vishayas in the Jagrad Jagat. So, Yacha Atti Vishayan. But actually, who is he? Yacha Asti Yasya Asti Santataha Bhavaha. When all these three avasthas are coming, going, there is someone who is still witnessing all of them without going through any of his changes. As a pure witnessing consciousness. He is the Atma. Therefore, he himself is playing as Jiva, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, and he himself is the Turiya who is only witness of it. Because of these four meanings meant by the word Atma, therefore, the self is given that name, the Atma. आत्मा को आत्मा का नाम इसलिए दिया गया क्योंकि आत्मा नामक शब्द के ये चार अर्थ होते हैं. आपनोति आदत्ते अति यस्य अस्ति संततः भावः. Beautiful. See the clarity once for all. That is the self. That is me, and I am there. Am I not there in Jagrat? Am I not there in Sapna? Am I not there in Sushupti? And am I not there as witness of all these arrival and departures? So, this pure self alone projecting three words, projecting three experiencers, and connecting them and experiencing three experiences. That's what is the meaning of whole samsara or the srushti. And this thing has to be deeply contemplated. On the seat of contemplation, after getting the ability to contemplate, we'll be able to become atyanta sukshma to grasp it, what it is meant. But एक बार वो click हो जाता है ना, whole thing just changes. But the first step for it, which takes many, many lives to achieve, is going beyond the sthula sharira tadat. As long as we hold on to aham dehosmi and taking the world real and indulging in it, the subtle capacity is to contemplate on these truths which are indicating the pure subtle self. It won't click to us, it won't come to us. वो क्षमता हमको नहीं मिलेगा जब तक हम देहोस्मि में रहते हैं. तो इसलिए कुछ भी करके किसी कुछ एटलीस्ट 10-20 जन्म में हम देहोस्मि थे वो बाहर आना चाहिए. You know, that aham devasmi is so powerful. It won't make us sit only. Will not allow us sit for meditation to do puja upasana. It wants us this, that, and finally थक जाकर that aham devasmi wants us only to sleep. कल देखेंगे, परसों देखेंगे, वेदांत क्या है, बहुत हेवी है, जरूरत है, उसके बिना जिंदगी तो चल रहा है, अच्छी तरह चल रहा है. How many ways this aham devasmi takes us away from the inquiry of the truth. Please remember, truth always is there, covered by ignorance. Only through vicharana, the wisdom comes, which removes the ignorance. That wisdom, which removes the ignorance, reveals that experience to us. है कि नहीं? ये तो बुद्धि का खेल है, आध्यात्मिकता. बट वहां तक पहुंच ही नहीं पा रहे हम, क्योंकि वी आर ओनली एट दिस लेवल. That's why Bhagavan Adi Shankara, in every of his Sambandha Bhashyam, every Upanishad, he insists. What is that? Don't do the Jnana Karma Samuchaya. Drop the every set related to karma and come only to the Jnana Bhaga of only doing vicharana of the ever existing Tattva. उनका वो स्थाई को भी पकड़ ही नहीं पाते. That's why everyone becomes the Purva Pakshi. Try to argue with him. No, no, no. Without, no, 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 no need to drop the karma, no need to drop the Adhatmya. Then you will drop the Paramatma only. Then what he can do if you don't understand why is he saying? And the doctor says, stop eating this one. This is what is aggravating your this particular knee pains or joint pain. And if you don't want to drop it, what can the doctor do? He can't help. He may give some suppressants, but the cure is not in his hands. Only when you stop the cause of it, then the cure happens in the same way. Okay. Now this much we say Atma means apnote he, atte he, atate he va. Atma. We are seeing the Bhashya for the first mantra. He himself is Paraha. Here the Atma means, please remember, not which we are familiar with as Atma. Lucky we studied Taittiriya Upanishad, therefore, unambiguously for us, the Para Atma is not Dehatma, not Pranatma, not Manoatma, not Vijnanatma, not Anandamaya Atma, beyond that one. Para means beyond, other than them. Para word we studied in Kathopanishad, that which is Sukshma, that is which is more pervasive, Vyapakatvat, that which is Pratyagatma. Subtler, pervasive, nearer. These three are the meanings of the word para. Like from the Annamaya Atma, the Pranamaya is para. Why? Because the Pranamaya is subtler than Annamaya. Pranamaya is more Vyapaka than Annamaya. Pranamaya is more near to us than Annamaya. प्राण ज्यादा हमको प्रत्येक रूप में अनुभव में आता है, नियरर टू अस. So too the mana is more sukshma, more vyapaka, more pratyak than the pranamaya. Therefore the manomaya is para than the pranamaya. The same which is said in Kathopanishad as para, said in the Taittiriya Upanishad as what? Tasmad va etasmat pranamayat anyaha antara atma मनोमय. तो ज्यादा मीनिंग हमको समझ में आया. पर, so the manomaya is the para, manomaya is the atma of the prana. Same way the vijnana to the mana is para. तो विज्ञान से पर है आनंदमय, आनंदमय से पर है ब्रह्म और रियल आत्मा. So the para word I explained. Nearer, more pervasive, subtler. And being the self of the other ones. Self means what? That because of which it is there, then that when it is not there, it is not there. It is called as its self. The self is mud. Because if the mud is not there, there is no part. Om. So paraha. So adyate. Apnoti, Adatte, Atti. These three are told about the word Atma, and this Atma is not the Avara or the lower Atmas which we consider. Then what it is Para. How much Para? Purushat na param kinchin sa kashta sa paragati, beyond which there is nothing to be called as Para to that. That the Utkrishta Para is the Atma which is under discussion. That Atma ki baat ho rahi hai. That's why deliberately Bhagavan brought the word paraha, so that we should not misunderstand this Atma means any Atma anna pranamayadi. No, paraha only. So apnoti adatte ati, then paraha. Four things are told about Atma in the beginning only. Fifth one is what? Sarvagnaha. The pure self is Sarvagnaha. Means what? He knows everything. How? By being that. Okay? He knows everything by being that. Like I know myself by being me. I don't know myself by knowing me as if something other than me. Again, for me, in my case, like in the case of outer things to me, other than me, the knowing is not being. Again, I know the curtain or carpet. It's knowing, but it is not being. But with myself, knowing is being, but actually the being is knowing. Therefore, sarvam janati atma swarupena iti sarvagnya, which is our goal. About that Atma, the Shruti Mata started to talk with the first word only, most sacred. So very auspicious, Mangala Vachakam, Atma se Shuruvaya Upanishad, Atma Shabda se. So Paraha, then Sarvagnaha, then Sarva Shaktihi. So Para ke baad Sarvagna Sarva Shakti is from the Tatastha Drushti we can say. Tatastha drishti is what? Explaining about that Atma from the standpoint of the world we see, world we experience. So is sarvam janati, sarvajnah, sarvotse atma bhutva. They are sarva shaktiman. So all the shaktis are his only. The shaktis are only three. Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti. Other way it is called as Srushti Shakti, Sthiti Shakti, Samhara Shakti. In between, that during the Sthiti Shakti, it's called as Nigraha Anugraha Shakti. Any Shaktis which you call all of them, all are inherent in Maya, and that Maya belongs to Lord. Therefore, he is Sarva Shakti Man. Sarva Shakti Man. That Sarva Shakti Man Atma, in each of our individual case, by identifying the Upadhi, forgetting his Sarva Shaktimatva, becoming Alpa Shaktiman. Like I'm a universal citizen, global citizen. But I can leave that global citizenship and I can become citizen only of India. Is it not? Global citizen is greater than Indian citizenship. In Indian citizenship also, I may value more than being an Indian to be a person belonging to a particular state. है ना? People who value that, and that's how the regional parties, regional you all nonsense जो भी होता है इंडिया में. And in that also belonging to that particular state, he can again divide it into that particular district. I am slowly becoming Alpa Shaktiman. Then in that also one particular community, caste, creed. देखो, it is by our choice only. You can be a global citizen, you can be local citizen. In the same way, we made it a habit of becoming Alpagna Alpashaktiman by being too much identified with these upadhis. Though it's difficult, but always there is a chance to rise above this. That's why with individual upadhis, serve the total upadhi, and you come out of identity with the individuality, identity with the total. That's how a mother identifies the whole family by serving with her individual upadhi in the total family. An example, a boss of a company identify the whole company. Thus, he comes out of his individual upadhi, identify the total. A great politician leader is expected to identify the whole country, working through his individual upadhi only, but not identified through. Again, इंडिविजुअल उपाधि से काम करना अलग है, उससे आइडेंटिफाई करना अलग है. काम करना चाहिए, नहीं तो किससे करोगे आप? उपाधियों के साथ ही करना. आइडेंटिफाई नहीं होना है. लाइक भगवान राम works through the Rama Upadhi, but he's not identified with that. He is always in the Brahmasthiti. Like that. So we have done the word Paraha, we have done the word Sarvagnaha, we have done the word Sarvashaktihi. The next one, Ashanayadi Sarva Samsara Dharma Varjitaha. This Atma is free from the dharmas of Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya koshas. Annamaya kosha dharma rashana jara mrityu, Pranamaya is ashana vipasa, Manomaya is shokamoha. In the pure Atma, they are not there. So here what Bhagavan Adi Shankara is doing is, in Shruti Mata, this Upanishad, the first Adhyaya, first Khanda, first mantra, starting with Aha Atma word, he is encashing it fully by putting in front of all his students of his Bhashya, putting in front of them all the important things to be understood. What is the meaning of Atma? It is his kindness to put in front of us all meanings of the word Atma, and that itself becomes an indicated goal. This is the Atma we have to realize finally. But now we see the world appears to be real. So it is so important to us. So all our mind is so dynamic, active in the world. You know, It is mutual. When the mind is active, it creates the world. When the world is important, the mind is active. When the world and mind are very active, the self is never realized. Therefore, the process of creation, as if done by the Atma only, is indicated. These are all Adhyaropa Apavada Paddhati to make us withdraw from the world to be real other than Paramatma. To make us withdraw our individuality also away from being other than Paramatma into Paramatma. So to the world. It is not other than. Beautiful. This process is gradually, slowly it has to enter. We are taking little time, slowly एक एक मंत्र का भाष्य के द्वारा मैक्सिमम समझने का समझेंगे. So therefore, there are no these shad urmis. No, the set of two वाले 3 pairs जो है वो षड उर्मियां नहीं है और any उपाधि युक्त लक्षणास are not there in it. That is the meaning of Ashanayadi Samsarva Samsara Dharma Varjita. देखो, how wonderful Bhagavan Shankara's kindness कि the samsara dharmas are there. In second one is Ashana Vipada are the real samsara. In Paramatma pure, there is no Annamaya, therefore there is no the Jara Mrityu. In Paramatma pure, there is no Pranamaya, therefore he never suffers hunger and thirst. In pure Paramatma, there is no Mano, therefore there is no Shoka Moha. And what is samsara? Jara Mrityu Shoka Moha Ashna Pipasa. Where do they belong to? They belong to the Upadhis. Atma has nothing to do with that. So that which has nothing to do with all this is called Atma. See, we are given the beautiful information. इसको retain करना है. We have to discover the self. The self is explained here. This explanation of the self is more valuable, important, relevant, sacred to us than any other details. Therefore, this first portion of the Bhashya of the Atma Shabda should be kept in the heart. Okay. So, Sarvagnaha, Sarvashaktihi, Ashanayadi Varjitaha, Paraha, Apnoti, Adatte, Ati, all are Atma ka explanation. Not only that, something little higher beautifully said, ki next one is Nityaha, is Nitya, eternal. Is not Anitya. What is Anitya? Which is born in time, stays in time, modifies in time, decays in time, disappears in time. Nitya means which is not born in time, never affected by the time to get any modification, nor the time has a sway over it to make it disappear. That is called Nitya. Therefore, this good thought, I am the self which is eternal. This thought removes all the fear of death and all. And to the body, death comes. Every body dies. Millions of times it has happened. Yet, never ever the self died. And the waves come and go, they born, die. Water is never born and died. You can identify with the unborn, undying waters, or we can identify with born, modifying, dying waves. The first one gives freedom from misery, second one gives the misery and that pain and that bhaya of the mrityu. And by having the fear of the death, death is not avoided. Anyway, we have to go through of the body. As a self, even if you want, we can't die. एज ए सेल्फ चाहे तो भी नहीं मर सकते हैं एज ए शरीर चाहे तो भी नहीं शाश्वत रूप से रह सकते हैं नहीं रह सकते सो नित्य सेकंड इज शुद्ध भगवान इज ही इज शुद्ध स्वरूप शुद्ध मीन्स प्योर इमैक्युलेट the ashuddhis at different contexts are talked as different. At one place the ashuddhi means the maya. Another place, the Ashuddhi is the expression of Maya called as the Trigunas. Other place, the Ashuddhi, the meaning is the Triguna Krita Drashta Drashya Bheda. Other place the Ashuddhi is called as राग द्वेष आदि दुर्गुण. ये कुछ भी नहीं है उन परमात्मा. Shuddha, pure, immaculate. And always the Shuddhata is talked in terms, what do you say? That alone, there is nothing other than it. That's called Shuddhi. Always Ashuddhi means something other than it. Makes it Ashuddha. Like you have 10 people whom you love. They are around you. Your mind is so pure and happy. Suddenly 11th fellow came we don't like. Immediately in the mind a disturbance came. The peace earlier is Shuddhi. The disturbance now is Ashuddhi. Why? There are 10 people, human beings, so this is also one. No. With all of them, there is oneness. But this 11th fellow, there is otherness. Is it not? Immediately Ashuddhi ho jate hai. Therefore, the Shuddhi is no sense of otherness. Ashuddhi is sense of something other. For Paramatma is nothing other than it. Therefore, Shuddha. Then Mukta Swabhavaha. नित्य शुद्ध स्वभाव देन बुद्ध सॉरी नित्य हो गया शुद्ध हो गया थर्ड वन इज बुद्ध बुद्ध इज व्हाट इट इज अवेकेंड टू इटसेल्फ ऑल द टाइम awakened to its own self because its nature is the self awareness its nature being awareness awareness never becomes non-aware okay to all these words you can add nitya नित्य शुद्ध बुद्ध अलग होगा या नित्य शुद्ध और नित्य बुद्ध और नित्य मुक्त both ways are correct and both ways you have to and nitya shuddha and nitya buddha eternally aware nitya buddha swarup because consciousness cannot become unconscious awareness cannot become unaware है ना awareness expressing through buddhi is knowingness depending on the quality of the buddhi that knowingness is dull mediocre or sharp they all belong to the buddhi है ना नहीं दृष्टु हो दृष्टे है विपरिलोप स्यात् हाउ मेनी टाइम वी सा दिस कोटेशन द प्योर दृष्टा का दृष्टि का विपरिलोप नहीं होता दिस प्योर परम आत्मा इज बुद्ध नित्य बुद्ध है ना दैट मीन्स व्हाट when the jagrat comes goes swapna comes goes both of them disappear around only the nascent sushupti is there where tentatively everything is apparent absent too. This Atma is Buddha awakened even to the sleep. That's why it reports. You know, we report after we have a sound sleeper that I have slept there. How that Nitya Buddha ever awakened consciousness was there. So Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. All the things to be understood regarding the Atma are brought and kept at one place by our Bhagwan Adi Shankara. Salute him wholeheartedly. और भी कुछ बातें हैं. What are they? Ajaha is causeless, birthless. Ajaraha, he never becomes old. In this world, everything born in time slowly becomes old day by day, day by day, day by day, and one day it disappears only. प्योर परमात्मा कभी अजर ही है हमेशा जर नहीं होते जरावस्था उनको नहीं होता है सेनिलिटी he never becomes old is always purabi navaha is young only ajaraha like the sanat kumar adi they are blessed not to go beyond 5 years of the age वो हमेशा उतना ही रहते हो example so ajaha is not caused or created Ajarraha, he never becomes old, etc. Jara means all losing of ability, faculties. जरा अवस्था में होता है memory goes away, physical abilities, इंद्रिय शक्तियां, तो मन बुद्धि के शक्तियां भी कम होते हैं उपाधियों का So even Jnani Sant also, only the Mahayogis, the faculties slowly become weakened. They are in the conscious self, but the faculties lose their ability. But Paramatma is not all that. Therefore, Ajaraha. The third one is Amaraha. There is no Mrityu to him. Therefore, Amritaha. He is eternal. Ajaha, unborn. Ajaraha, non decaying or becoming old. Third one is Amaraha, undying. Fourth is Amritaha, eternal. Fifth one is Abhayaha. Because there is something, there is nothing other than it. Therefore, देख के किसको वो डरेगा, है ना? भय किस लिए होता है? हमसे कोई दूसरा हो या हमारे अंदर ही कोई घटना बढ़ना हो, है ना? फ्रॉम द रिडक्शन और इंक्रूमेंट देयर इज ए भय. देयर इज समबडी अदर देन अस, देयर इज ए भय. Like the reduction in the money, there is a bhaya. Improvement in the, or increasing of the disease, there is a bhaya. There's somebody other than me, there is a bhaya. Paramatma, there is no other thing. There is no reduction in him. There is no increase in him. आप किस बात का फिर भय है? The final bhaya is the bhaya of the death. Death, deception, misery. These are the real three fears. Fear of death, fear of deception, fear of misery. He has got none of these three. Therefore, abhayaha. And the last one, beautiful, is advayaha. Why? Advayaha. One without second. That Atma. Okay? That Atma. Now the word va. Atma va. Idam eka eva agre asit. Atma word is explained now. This is to be repeated, every day contemplated. So that these are the Swarupa Lakshanas of Atma Vastu. Of Swarupa and Tatastha Lakshanas. That we are. As much we can grasp these things, so important, good, helpful for our sadhana. So Atma is explained in the first line of the first mantra. The next one is Va. Va means why. The why becomes Va according to grammar rule. Why means indeed. Okay. Why. Okay. Now next word is what? Idam ekaha agre asit. Atma vai idam eka agre asit. Atma vai idam eka eva agre asit. Atma vai idam eka eva agre asit. What is idam? Yad uktam. Idam is yad uktam, a word which is it can be spoken about. Yad uktam. What it is? Nama, rupa, karma, bheda, bhinnam. Jagat. Idam means Jagat. Clear? How many times we saw this word? Wherever the word idam comes, it is about Jagat. Now we have to ask, what is Jagat? Jagat is which is Nama, Rupa, Karma, Bheda, Bhinnam. Jagat is which has got Bhinnata. And the Bhinnata in the Jagat is created by what? The Bheda. Bheda in what? Nama and Rupa and Karma. Okay? नामों के कारण, रूपों के कारण, कर्मों के कारण तो भेदता है इन द जगत. एंड दैट भेदाता के कारण जो एक समान रूप से नहीं दिखता, भिन्न भिन्न दिखता है. जगत मीन्स भिन्नम. भिन्न मीन्स बिकॉज भेद. भेद इज इन नाम रूप कर्म. Is it not? Like the tree and there is a let us say horse. नाम अलग है, रूप अलग है. Therefore tree and horse are not same. They are different. That's called Bheda. And because of Bheda, in that Jagat of Nama Rupa, there is Bhinnata. So Idam is Jagat, Jagat is Bhinnam, Bhinnam is caused because of Bheda, Bheda is in Nama Rupa Karma, etc. You can add the Guna, you can add the Rupa, Ranga, ये सब भी भेद है. Because of these Bhedas, there is Bhinnata in the Jagat seen by us. No, it's a very subtle Vedantic Vishaya. In pure Paramatma, which is substratum of everything, in him these outer Vedas are not there. Like when you have gone to a beautiful banks of a river, it's when you look from there, आपको ऊपर दिखेगा नीला आकाश, उसमें जो सफेद काले बादल. Then you can see the across that river there's a mountain. Under the blackish soil, a greenish trees. Then you see the water. Depending on the bottom, the water's color or the reflection of sky. Then you see in the waters the variety of aquatics they are there. Within the trees there birds are there, animals are there, and trees bearing fruits or flowers. ये सारा जगत जिसमें नाम का भेद है, रूप का भेद है, कर्म का भेद है. Whole is jagat. Remember, all of that is projected and made appear substantial on one Parabrahma out of avidya or ignorance. In that, the seer with his instruments and the scene which are listed, both are projected on. Like in the dream, the seen world, the seer, both are projected only, no? Are they real? Keep that in mind. So, Atma explained, Atmava explained, Idam explained. Idam is Nam Rupa Karma Bheda Bhinnam Jagatu. This Jagatu, now the sentence being completed. Atma eva ekaha agre. It was agre before it expressed as this Namarupa Karma Bheda Bhinna Jagat. It was agre before Atma eva ekaha. It was also Atma, Atma eva. And which Atma? Not like the Aneka here, Ekaha. उस एक आत्मा जो है ना वही था ये सब बुरा. Agre means what? Jagatah srishtihe prak. Before the creation of the world, Ekaha Atma eva asit. That Atma alone was this entire Jagat. नाम रूप कर्म भेद वाला सारा जगत सृष्टि से पहले आत्मा ही था. Now comes a beautiful discussion. Very, very important. Lucky that we have studied my Aitareya. In that, this is covered very beautifully. Patiently, we studied it. They were not at all difficult for us to grasp. That's the beauty of studying one out of the other Upanishads. And when we do that, with the help of the earlier Upanishads, this Upanishad is understood and the knowledge becomes more expansive, more varied and detailed. Good thing that we have taken up to study one by one, patiently. So now it is understood alone was this Lakshan Rupa Jagata before the Srushti. Jagataha Srushtihe Prak Idam Rupa Jagat Atma Eka Eva Asit. That one self alone it was before it expressed. Then how did this creation come? Sa ikshate me lokanu suja. All of that will be explained now. But we are focusing on this first line. Atma va idameka eva agre asit. Atma va idam eka eva agre asit. Atma va idam eka eva agre asit. Now, question, a good discussion, very interesting. Ki kim na idanim saha eva ekaha. So that means that Atma and its ekata, they are gone away now. That this world is now different from the world, Paramatma now. Because you are using the past tense. आसीत पहले था, क्या हुआ अब क्यों नहीं है, अब वो नहीं है क्या. Now this question पूर्व पक्षी के रूप में himself is raising intelligently to give the answer, and it is based on the Upanishad. उपनिषद ने कहा आसीत था करके, past tense. Upanishad Mata, Shruti Mata ने use किया word आसीत. So on that he himself becoming पूर्व पक्षी ask the question, अच्छा जगत का रूप में बनने से पहले जगत पूरा आत्मा था क्या अब नहीं है क्या आत्मा? So is that world other than Atma today? After the creation has come? Kim na idanim sa eka eva? Is not the same Jagat, the Paramatma even now? अलग हो गया, separate हो गया from the Atma? No, 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 no. Siddhanta says, नहीं नहीं नहीं, even now it is Atma only, the whole Jagat. कथम तरी आसीत इति उच्यते? Then why it is said आसीत पहले था कि सारा जगत आत्मा के रूप में, as if it is not now? Wow. Now to this question, the great answer. यद्यपि इदानीं स एक एव तथा अपि अस्ति विशेषः. Even now that is same only, but some vishesha is there, because of which now it is appearing as if the Jagat other than the Atma. Therefore, we have used the word, Ashruti Mata is the word Asit, as if in the past. सिर्फ पहले ही आत्मा था, अब आत्मा नहीं है, ऐसी बात नहीं है. पहले भी आत्मा ही था, अब भी आत्मा ही है, लेकिन एक विशेषण है, बिकॉज ऑफ विच पास्ट में आसित करके कहना पड़ा. एंड व्हाट इज दैट विशेषण? नथिंग बट द एडिशन ऑफ नथिंग बट द नाम रूप. दैट्स इट. So that will be explained to us in this subsequent portion. Then the na anyat kinchana misatu, that second line will be explained. Then the third one, sa ikshate me lokanu sujai iti. This will be the first mantra. First mantra thoroughly padleve. Then every mantra in that way with the bhashya, we'll try to understand it. So after the first mantra is done thoroughly, it will be done tomorrow. Toward the end, maybe 10 minutes, we will see the Sambandha Bhashyam. Thoda sa opening our intellect to grasp it. As much I understand, that much all I can discuss with you, no? तो मुझे समझना है. तो we will do this topic tomorrow. यद्यपि इदानीं स एक एव तथापि अस्ति विशेषः इत्यादि इत्यादि इत्यादि. ओके. अन्यत् किंचन मिषत् मीन्स व्हाट? ऐसा इजी हो जाएगा. स ईक्षते मे लोकानुसृजयति. एवमीक्षित्वा आलोच्यो. Then what did he do? स ईक्षता स इमान् लोकान् सृजत. है ना? One second. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll see. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Paramashibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namam Tatsat Brahmarpanam Astu. I believe to go slowly in the study of this steadily. बिकॉज दोबारा जैसे बाकी उपनिषद कहाँ हम पढ़ रहे, एक ही बार तो पढ़ा, इसका भी यही हाल होगा when we go to the Shvetashvatara. Therefore, patiently go through every shabda of the Mula Mantra and the Bhashya. That's my idea. Yes.